And welcome back. This is Crazy J here with part two. Make sure my camera isn't being blocked at all. Part two of coil making. I'm going to be making a dual coil for my Dark Horse RDA. And I am going to be using 28 gauge Canthal wire. So I'm going to be using a good wire. I have my two clamps with my wiring already on them. I have a 2mm screwdriver I'm going to be using. I bought this at the dollar store, so a very cheap place to buy any type of, basically anything I need. I tend to go to the dollar store first to see if they have it, and if they have it, well, good for me. Trying to down my light a little bit. My light was a little bright and it was getting really hot, so I'm trying to fix up my light real quick before I continue. I think this will work. Let me fix my camera. There we go. Alright, so for wrapping, let me scoot up my camera. You will probably see my leg. Sorry, but I need to be able to see my camera so you all can see me wrapping my coil. So bend my light up a little bit more. Basically going, there we go. Alrighty, so this is 28 gauge Canthal wire, as you can tell, and I'm going to simply take it, leave about an inch, half inch of your wire. We're holding it with your thumb. And basically use that lip to wrap around. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then there is your 7 wrap coil. There it is. Now take your clamp or your pliers. You don't have to use pliers to tighten the coil on or around the screwdriver. I do it just because I like it to be extremely tight. And I found out when I do it this way, if you can see, hopefully, if I can get my camera to focus a little bit. If you can tell, it is very, very close together. All my wraps are very, very nice. Can you see that? Can you see it? So, I mean, that's very nice. I'm going to do that. There we go. So I'm basically done with that. I'm going to go ahead and wrap my other coil really quick, and I will be right back. Alrighty, welcome back. I got my coils wrapped, 7 wraps a piece. Both of my coils. I'm going to take one set of little tweezers or whatever you want to call them out of the way. I'm going to unplug my mod. I'm going to turn my mod off. I wanted to take one last set because I still had a lot of juice on it. I'm going to turn it off. System off. Boom, boom. And I'm going to take off my current coils. I am doing this for you all. I could have stayed using these, but I wanted to do this video to help anybody out that is having any issues. So, you are very welcome. Take this coil out. One. Take the other coil out. Two. And now you have no coils in your RDA anymore. Now I usually sometimes clean my RDA out. Basically just try to get any juice out. Now what you want to do is put your coil on. Trim your coil up. Make the leads a little bit shorter. As you can see, I did do that. They're a little bit shorter. Not too much, but a little bit. Now go ahead and put your leads in. 1 and 2. I always tend to, let me get this to focus. There we go. Oh, come on, focus camera. There we go. I always tend to hold the back leads with my finger, and I hold this right here like that. So there is that. Pull the screwdriver down on this side a little bit and try to push that lead basically to where it's in the center. Sometimes it can be a little hassle, but push it in the center. Once you get it there, screw that lead down as much as you can. So there it is. Now, I left a little bit too much out, so I'm going to undo this a little bit and pull a little bit in. There. Now, there we go. So there is one in. Now we need to get the other one in. Same way. Boom. Let's trim this up a little bit. Shorten these leads up. 1 and 2. Always leave one longer to help guide it in. Makes it a little bit easier. And same thing. Hold it. Try to hold this as much as you can. It's kind of hard, I know. But if it was easy, it wouldn't be so fun. Tighten that lead down. Pull as much as you can without ruining anything. And then there is that one. Okay, so the next thing I do, because as you can tell, if I can get my camera to focus, you can see this right there. You see how much that is out? It's out a lot. It does it on both sides. So, what I'm going to do, I need to wipe my RDA off real quick for some odd reason, I guess with what I took off a second ago. I'm getting a lot of juice everywhere. So I'm going to take off my RDA off my box. As you can tell, I don't know if you can see it or not, but see, that is my problem with this box and this RDA. As you can tell, there is juice on that, and I don't really overfill mine. You just need to wipe it off, basically. And it does it on the bottom too, which sucks even more. Okay. So I'm done actually getting everything in. I'm not going to fiddle with a whole bunch of this. Okay. So now let me just basically try to focus this. There we go. Now I'm going to basically get this center one in real quick, tighten it down. But to get that one that I showed you back into place, I'm going to go through the other side, basically, and try to push it into place. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. It's a big pain in the ass. Or I will just take my pliers and I will squeeze it ever so gently to get it back in. Back on the right path. There. That will be enough. Okay. So let's... Now with this, I need to put my scissors basically like this. I know I shouldn't have to do this, but I do. Put my scissors, put my screwdriver, tighten my coils, but it tends to move. Didn't have my scissors in right. There. There. Now we are done with that part. Thank God. I know. Thank God. Thank God. People, thank God. Okay. Now I'm going to basically put my light in a lot higher position. If I can get it to work. It's being a pain in my ass. There. Basically that should work. Sorry for anybody that it is making it pain in the ass to record sometimes. Okay. So let's straighten these out real quick before I get my leads, cut my leads and whatnot. Okay, so the way I cut my leads sometimes will clip them, sometimes I will use my pliers, sometimes I will just twist them off. I'm just going to twist them off this time, basically by doing this. But you want to make sure your leads and your wiring is secure before you start doing this, because I have done this before and boom, my whole thing popped out. It was not too fun.